Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's edition of In the Grove. I'm Sue Heaton. I'm your in-home narrator today, and we have two very important people that we know you will want to hear from. First of all, Diane Malinowski, who's the director of the Elk Grove Park District. I know a lot of you are wondering what and how it will happen, how will it work whenever we are given the opportunity to reopen some of our parks, some of our facilities. So Diane will be here with as much information as she can possibly give us as we tape early in the month of May. And then also another very important factor for a lot of people who are suffering terribly now with increased mental illness problems. We have Katie Garberick, who's from Kenneth Young, and she will be here today to share information on how you or loved ones, friends and family can obtain help if indeed they would like to contact Kenneth Young. So a lot of information we'd like to get out there for you today. So please join us. We will be right back with our program. While we're welcoming everyone back to our program today, and our first guest being Diane Malinowski, who's from our Elk Grove Park District. And Diane, before we begin, let me just say, it is so good to see you. And how are you and your family doing during these very trying times?
We're doing as well as everyone else, following the guidelines, staying home, taking walks when we can.
Yeah.
When it's nice enough, to open the doors and windows.
Yeah, the good weather has been helpful anyway. And are you working from your home then? Are you still a full-time employee working from home?
I've got the whole desk set up here. I've got my computer and, every day it's just like 8:30 to 5. We're on video chats, doing our own work, talking on the phone, working on projects, right. And you know how things change.
Right. And do you see this as the wave of the future? Do you hope it will be, or you prefer the old way?
I wouldn't mind a combination of it.
Yeah.
I can't commit to saying that this is the best way for me, or especially for the way the park district works.
Certainly, because we still need that interaction between human beings a little bit more than what we have going on now, but at least we're maintaining for safety reasons. I often think I cannot imagine all the decision making, the thought processes that must be going on with management of our park district when there are so many facilities that are closed and you're wondering, how will we reopen? So you, being our marketing director, can you give us some oversight as to where we are at in the process, how long our playgrounds will be off limits? So Diane, please start filling us in.
Okay. Well, I'd like to start out by saying that we're taping this on May 1st. So if you're viewing it later in the month, everything that you and I are saying might have changed.
Right.
Today, the good news is that Fox Run Golf Links is open.
Right.
It's different than in the past. We've got all the new guidelines. There's you have to play golf in a twosome. There's no foursomes. The clubhouse is closed, so there's no food or beverage being served. The tee times 15 minutes apart. So you're walking the course with two people, and the golfers are happy, and we're happy that we've got Fox Run is open.
And what a beautiful day to open. Our weather couldn't be more perfect for a first day of golf. Now, do the golfers, do they have to wear masks?
I don't believe that the government guidelines at this point today,
right.
that the golfers need the masks. The staff does. So before someone goes to golf at Fox Run, if they go to the website, foxrungolflinks.com, all the new guidelines for May are up there. And they do have to call for their tee times because there is no human exchange Well,
anymore. Oh, have we gotten to that point? No human exchange. From your knowledge, was today completely sold out with tea times?
it was.
I'm sure.
There was, I believe they've had maybe about a 6-day notice prior to the opening today. So it filled within 24 hours. And especially now that the tea times are spread out quite a bit. There's
Right.
golfers. So yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Boy,
So
I bet they're excited
that's the
to
good
get
news.
back out there. Well, at least with golf, you can attempt to maintain more of that spacing issue, unlike some of our other facilities. So I've had real curiosity, like Rainbow Falls or our water parks. What are the thoughts going into that into summer?
Well, at this point, we have to wait for the federal and state guidelines. No one wants summer more than the Elk Grove Park District.
Oh boy. You were already selling pool passes over to Rainbow, so
we start January 1st because
sure. We didn't know any of this. Yeah.
So as of today, I don't have a finalized report on that. We have been keeping on schedule as far as preparation. What you will see if you drive around Elk Grove is our parks are beautiful because our park staff has returned, and the grass is great. The flowers,
very right.
these look lovely. So we are doing all we can to get ready for summer, and what summer is going to look like. You and I and no one as of today really know.
Right. I know I was listening to the board meeting the other night, and the mayor mentioned as far as many of the summer events that we've come to look forward to, all the play days in the park and all that. At this time, like you say, there's just not any knowing. We can only follow guidelines as they are given to us. But so you're in a very tentative watch and wait and have plans made. What about how are you handling staffing? What are your thoughts on that? To have staff ready to go if something does open up, how much leeway time? If we're given an opening, say June 1st, what does that mean to a place, say, for example, the pavilion and all the activities there?
Well, the reason that we're all so busy with working from home is laying out all the plans and the potential scenarios of what if. So I can tell you that they've got plans to use the pavilion for the fitness center, and when we get the go ahead, they'll have everything in place for our fitness members and residents to come back. So we've got everything laid out, planned out, and it is just a matter of the go ahead. As far as staff, we have heard that we are returning on June 1st, but 2 weeks ago we thought we were coming back May 4th, and that we thought we were coming back.
Sure.
So we're anxious to get back and see each other, and we do have to. We're in meetings all the time, preparing us for the safety guidelines and the social distancing and everything that you've heard.
Right. Certainly.
Safety is number one at the Park District.
Certainly.
What you have heard is what I've been telling you, like the excitement of Fox Run is open, and but what you've heard that we haven't been able to do as we follow the guidelines, that the playgrounds, the equipment at the playgrounds are closed, the skate park is closed, the facility is closed, the tennis courts, basketball courts, inline hockey, just because we couldn't monitor having less than 10 people, which is the guideline by the state and federal.
Certainly. Let me just, excuse me, Diane, I was just going to say, I've had a lot of people who I might see walking as we pass one another at a distance, have asked me with regards to specifically the fitness center, some of them commenting, yes, they want to go back, but they need to be assured of cleanliness. What has the Park District, what are they talking about directing more attention to making sure as humanly possible of making sure the cleanliness with all the machines, and how is that going to be addressed?
Well, it started being addressed right as soon as we left there in March. The entire pavilion has been deep cleaned in a way that no other facilities ever before.
Except our own homes, right? Because everyone's been spending all their time. Our homes have never been cleaner.
That our houses don't count. Their plans are to, of course, separate the equipment so that there's, the 6 feet between, and utilize almost the entire pavilion as far as taking some machines into other rooms. We're looking to, a lot of things are tentative just because of what might change. But if they're going to be the group exercise, it might have to be limited to the number of people, or
certainly
virtual, or it's going to be a combination of both. And once, just like the golf guidelines came out, we'll be the first to, shout from the street corners of, we're open and this is what you're going to expect. But when we can do it, it's going to be done efficiently and safely for not just the staff, but of course, number one, the members and residents.
Right.
But what we're sending out today is on our e-blast, and it'll be on our Facebook pages, is just to let you know, like, we're here and, we want you to be part of it. Just a little electronic challenge, 2 weeks to wellness. And it's just it's a wellness wheel with 7 different dimensions of wellness. So that'll come through your email, and it's on the website. And it's just something that you can do individually or do with the family. So under the categories of, for example, intellectual, read a book, and spiritual, where you play your favorite music. So it's things that are reminding you to keep yourself well and still have a few things to do with the family. There's a financial category. Well, we're not the biggest on finance, but we know that it might be fun to look for all the change and put it in a jar. So I'd like everybody to go to the Pavilion Fitness Facebook page, or the Elk Grove Park District Fitness page, or the fitness website. Most of our customer residents will get this email today. So it's and then we'll be doing campaigns similar to that, just to say, we're here.
Yeah, we are. We're here. There's still a lot of good memories that will come out of all these months of being kind of by ourselves in our homes. And I just have to share one, and it was from a member at Pavilion Fitness who saw me walking from afar one day, and I just happened to mention that we're doing good, but I've run out of produce and I've used my last onion. And can you believe that this lady went to the store and bought an onion for me, and I found it hanging on my door the next day, along with a homemade face mask that her and her mother made. And I'm talking about you, Angie and Diane, and they even included a chocolate bar, because she said, if there's any time you need chocolate, it's now. So there are so many good stories that will come out of this time that we will forever remember. And I'm sure you have your own too, right, Diane?
Oh, yes. I kind of like to pretend I'm in the past looking forward when I'm watching some of the news things and saying, wow, can you, crystal ball, could you even believe this?
No. Early on, I had to pinch myself to realize that it was as we were going through what we were going through. But yeah, I can remember going way back when I lived during the time of polio and they were waiting for a vaccine for polio and people were afraid to go into swimming pools because they thought you would catch it in the water. So the fear that we had then somehow overcame it and we went into so many good years. So we are now back at this time when we are very challenged, to be sure, when we really appreciate everything our park district has to offer us here in Elk Grove and appreciating all the people who work behind the scenes to make all those events and those facilities work for us. And we sure miss them. And it's a family, and we can't wait to get back to our extended family at all the facilities and once again play and have fun.
Yes, yes. By mid-May, we'll have online a new summer brochure, and it will have in it some virtual classes. So everyone right now is learning.
Yeah. This is new for me today. I'm learning.
All the just some really creative ideas that we hope that you'll like. And then as we move into June and July, we'll have more social events if we're allowed. So we're working on everything possible to be able to still have the Park District resident community together.
Right. A very memorable time in our lives, to be sure. But we're up to the challenge, right, Diane? Well, thanks for letting us into your beautiful home. Do you play piano? It's for the children. It's a beautiful piece of furniture, I have to say.
Thanks.
But again, thank you for letting us come into your home today and for you updating us. I know we're all out there asking many questions, so we'll look for on the website to keep ourselves posted with information. And again, a big thank you to Diane. Pass on our gratitude to all management that is trying to make this happen for us safely.
I will. Thank you, Sue.
And I look forward to seeing you and talking with you again, Diane. Thanks, hon. And we will be right back with the rest of the program.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Diane. Welcome back to our program, everyone. Very happy to introduce you to our next guest is Katie Garbarek. Did I say your name correctly, Katie?
Yes, Kate Garbarek.
Kate Garbarek. And you were with Kenneth Young.
I am.
A very important organization in our community. Let's get a little background on Katie first. How long have you been with K Young, Katie?
I have been with Kenneth Young Center for just over 3.5 years. So long before the many changes that we've seen over the last couple of months. And I can tell you from the inside out, it is an incredible organization focused on serving our community. So I'm really proud to be here today. Thank you for
having me. Happy to be there. Yeah. What is your main position there?
I'm the Director of Development and Communications. So I handle all of our community outreach, our fundraising, our website, anytime that we're trying to share with the community what we can do, how we can help you, and how you can help us.
I've been to one of your fashion shows. They're awesome.
Great. Yeah. Great. Thank you for supporting us.
And to your 5K walks. I've been to that. So hopefully there will be a lot more of that in the future. But certainly what we're here to talk about today is the current state of what is going on and the increased need, to be sure, with mental health services. Because you know what, Katie, this being cooped up home and feeling alone for a lot of people who already may have had issues just compounds it. So what are you seeing there?
Absolutely.
Lots more phone calls and
we are. So we are a main line for anyone who's looking for outpatient services. We support both people from Medicaid and private insurance. So anyone is welcome to come to Kenneth Young Center for outpatient therapy. We are seeing more people who are calling us and reaching out. We're also one of the agencies responding to the governor's Call for Calm text line.
Now, what exactly is Call for Calm?
So it's a text number that you can reach a mental health counselor anytime, day or night, anywhere across the state of Illinois, so that we can make sure that people who need support are getting it in real time and connected to long-term resources in their community if they want mental health services past what's happening here with COVID.
So Kenneth Young itself is open now. You said people could actually go there.
So we are open. We've limited our services to be as focused on phone services and video services, but our Elk Grove office is open for very limited hours. We would encourage anyone who's looking for support to call our phone number. That's the best way to reach us and to get connected with the appropriate departments.
What are you seeing or hearing firsthand? Where has the increase been, like in domestic violence issues or drug dependency issues? What are you seeing, Katie?
So we have 25 different programs ranging for people of all ages. We have therapy services for little ones as little as 3, all the way up to our oldest client is 105, still living out in the community.
You have a client who's 105?
We do.
We have to talk to that person sometime.
Well, and we're really grateful to be able to support people in a whole bunch of different ways. One of our programs that's seen the biggest impact quickly is our home delivered meals or Meals on Wheels. So typically we see about 100 to 125 households. Now we are well over 200 and continue to hear from older adults who can't get to grocery stores.
Right.
Would usually go to a communal meal location,
right,
and just can't do that at this point. So we can provide that food stability to people and make sure that they're safe now and in the months to come.
Yeah, I was hearing just earlier in the day that the increased demand even at food banks around the country because of the severe unemployment and everything, and even unemployment, right? That will weigh on people mentally, won't it? The fear of how long this is going to go on and how they will provide for their family.
Yeah, and we recognize that during a challenging time like this, we're all responding differently, and it's okay to feel anxious and scared and nervous. And that's why you have a resource like Kenneth Young Center in your community to reach out to someone and say, how can I handle this and get through this time? Our mantra at Kenneth Young Center is together we thrive. And we really believe and live that mission every day, that we can support one another. We can wrap services around people uniquely to fit their individual needs, including that mental health support, either on a short-term basis or we have a client who's been with us for over 30 years. So however we can support people, even if we aren't the direct agency to provide that support, we are a great first step of
to connect. Are there financial requirements? Do you have to be within us? No.
Nope. So we are very open to anyone who needs support. Even people who live outside of our area, if someone calls us, we're going to make sure that we get them connected to the right place as often and as much as we can.
You are angels. We need more staff like you that can be there, because even in times past, mental health is not seen like physical needs are seen, and quite often it's not spoken of much, right? But the needs for the people who are suffering with it are so great, and often they don't know where to turn for help. And it's just so wonderful that we do have this organization. It's been in Elk Grove for many years.
50. So 50? As of November, we'll be 50. So, lots of things have changed. We were hoping to have a gala that we would all gather in November, but our safety has to come first.
Sure.
So we're doing all kinds of celebrations throughout the year.
Right.
We've gotten to 50 years because we've had an amazing community that supports us. And my coworkers are truly superheroes. I get to go out and brag about the amazing work that they do, but they are on the ground, out in the community. They are still serving clients in their homes for people who can't get to us, still supporting people with severe mental illness who are homeless and helping get them connected to homes. They are absolutely incredible people who are working literally 24/7 to support our community.
Well, I was telling our previous guest, Diane, that when we get past all this, we here in Elk Grove need to have a huge celebration where we can bring together heroes like a Kenneth Young, and at our hospital, and our frontline people at the grocery stores, the drive-throughs, and all those people that are providing for us who are staying home. Hopefully we're staying home, and we need to celebrate them, don't we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can't help but drive through our community and you see the green ribbons on people's trees, and, from children who are making chalk drawings on the sidewalks through to those first responders. We are all in this together. And if Kenneth Young Center can support either one of our viewers or people who, someone that you think could get connected to services,
Right.
we're here to make that connection.
Sure.
None of us is an island. And so we have some of our clients who come to us because they need support with a loved one. And so we provide family counseling. We just want it to be a safe place. Of asking for help can be so challenging, but in these times, we need each other more than we ever have before. And we are honored to be in a position to be able to support people.
Yeah, lean on me.
Absolutely.
Now tell us about, you always had an annual 5K. What are you going to do with that this year?
We do. So we will still be having our 5K on June 13th. It will be virtual. So we will be coming to a running path, walking path, sidewalk, street, round the block, whatever works for you, to try to include as many people as we can. We'll have different ways for people to digitally participate. We've got prizes for people who are fundraising. We will make this a celebration as it has been every year, but in a way that's safe and recognizes that we have to stay apart for a little bit longer.
So just like with the Park District, there's a lot of creative minds at work at Kenneth Young. Let's see, this year we're going to do a virtual 5K. How can we make that happen? All things possible, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And where there's a will, there's a way. And we are so grateful to the people who have already signed up. We can't wait to have more people join us. Our theme has been for the last 2 years, superheroes, and it is more appropriate than ever that we celebrate those superheroes in our communities in whichever way you are a superhero in your family and in our broader community.
Yeah, that's a sense of community that we have here that's so strong in Elk Grove, to be sure.
Absolutely.
And Kenneth Young, for going on 50 golden years, has been such an important part of this community.
Thank you.
Well, Katie, thank you for letting us come into your home. That's something nice. We get to see where everybody lives now. Instead of all of our guests coming into the studio, we get to go into private homes, and it just becomes even more personal, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you. And perhaps in the future, we'll actually get you back to the studio so we can have you over there to talk about all the events you're always involved in. And we're happy that 3.5 years ago, you made the decision to join and be part of the Kenneth Young family.
Thank you. It's my honor. I appreciate your time.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for being there and letting everyone know that if they have a need, the place to go, we'll have contact numbers, is Kenneth Young. They are there to help 24/7, huh?
We do.
Thanks, Katie. Pass on our gratitude to all the staff.
I will.
We'll look to see this 5K taking place.
Great.
Make it a good day, Katie.
We will. You too.
Thanks for being with us. And we'll be right back with the conclusion of our program. Our very heartfelt thanks to Diane and to Katie for inviting us into their homes today to offer up such important information. And here in Elk Grove, we always have had this feeling of a tremendous family, a sense of community. And we so appreciate all the people who do work behind the scenes to keep us safe and to keep us moving forward during difficult times. And I know I also want to thank the mayor and the trustee. I watched again their board meeting, and I appreciate the phone calls that the mayor brings to us in our homes, keeping us, the residents, updated. I certainly appreciate the community feeling with the green ribbons around our tree that give us another sense of unity. And I thank everybody who's been reaching out to us. And like I had mentioned, Angie and Diane, who even brought forward, homemade masks. We see so many now, signs of love, and a thank you to them and to all our residents. And I know we all agree that we miss one another and the ways that we used to communicate, but we understand that during these times that it is our staying apart from one another physically that will bring us safely together, hopefully in the near future. So to everyone, thank you for joining us here on EGTV this month. and our best wishes as we move forward. And we look forward to seeing you again next month on In the Grove. Bye for now, everyone.